Hey guys, Porkchopper here, and today we're going to be looking at a Murdock deck which focuses on a good balance of damage, crit, attack speed and lifesteal with a Blinkshot added in, which I personally prefer to have in my deck build with carries I make. I may make another build which doesn't include a Blinkshot in the near future. If you're seeing this video, this means I've already made my Murdock guide, which is annotated on screen right now and down below in the description. Anyway, let's jump right into the deck. Firstly, and the most obvious choice is Archmage's Prime card with extra power. Then we have 2 cast tokens and a health potion. This is my standard start. I used to have bump juice, but now they've nerfed it to only plus 50 health, which I believe was plus 80 before the patch. Then we have one of our early game cards being the Flashfire Piston, adding quite a lot of attack speed and a little power bonus as well. Then we have a non-upgraded Lord's Ward, which I use right at the start of the game, which I'll get into later. Then a brand of the Iron Eater, which has 2 major wounds and a greater drain. Then we have our late game ward being the Guardian's Ward with 2 major casts and a greater health. Then we have the Micro Nuke with 1 major wound and 2 major casts. Then we have another early game card being the Rust Breaker with a teeny bit of penetration with a minor pierce and then 2 minor casts. Then we have my early game ward being 2 lesser helps and a minor cast. Then we have added on a bit more late game attack speed with 2 kinetics and a major cast on the Windcarver Blade. Then we have the Blinkshot. Now if you don't know what this card does, it teleports you forward just like a normal Blinkshot does. However, the cooldown will set on player kill within 8 seconds after using the Blinkshot. It also has an added cooldown. The standard cooldown for a Blinkshot is 180 seconds, while this card is 240. The good thing about this is that it does help you escape as a carry, but also means that you can combo kills really well. You can teleport into someone, do some high damage, finish them off, then teleport straight out of there. You even can chain some kills as well, which can be seriously fun. And finally, we have the 100% crit bonus, and I choose a Hunger Mail because it gives me that extra lifesteal, which I always like to have. This deck I believe adds 25 lifesteal. You can go with a bit less and change it around if you want, but that's the general start of the deck. So now we're going to jump into some Murdock gameplay while I detail to you how I work with this deck. So straight away you want to be super fast and get that Lord's Ward down and drop it around your safe lane area. Instantly back and get the health potion and double cast token. If done correctly, you should be back there before the minions attack each other. In fact, I only use an early game ward if I know my support isn't going to get an early game ward, just in case of a gank. I stay in my lane and farm as well as I can. I never want to stay there for too long, however. Around 6 points I head back on and buy my early game Sage Ward and the Rust Breaker. I prefer that early game damage to attack speed. The only benefit Flashfire Piston would get me so early on is to make sure I don't miss those quick last hits. Now again I back when I either am low on health or just feel like the jungler is lurking. Doesn't matter if I only have 3, 6, 5 card points. Saying that, you do want to make sure there's at least one of you in your lane, you or the support. I fully upgrade all 3 cards, the 5-point Flashfire Piston, the 6-point Sage Ward and Rust Breaker. This gives me all the damage I need early game. I go into how I play the early game a lot more in my Murdock guide. At this point the decision is to when you're going to get that Blinkshot charm. If you feel more under pressure, buying it early could save your life, but if you feel confident in your ability, I go straight for that 12-point card Micro Nuke. This gives me 80% crit and a lot extra damage. After this I pretty much go into that Blinkshot just to be safe. And by now the mid game is in full swing and you're going to have to help in team fights. Even though the Blinkshot is in the more of aggressive play, use it only if you're going to get a kill. If not, it's a safety measure you're going to need, especially if you're playing against heroes that do insane burst damage like counters or big crowd control abilities like Steel or Grey Stone. At this point each game I build differently. I always want to have freedom with my decks. I can either double down on crit chance and start getting my lifesteal from the brand of the Iron Eater, or go straight into my Hunger Maul for that extra 100% crit damage. Whichever I choose, I discard my Rust Breaker to help me out. Normally I do just go for that 100% crit damage, as all I need is 3 more card points, discard my Rust Breaker and the Hunger Maul is already finished upgraded. Now we jump into the brand of the Iron Eater, adding a whole extra 28% crit chance and adding some more lifesteal. With this amount of lifesteal, a few minion hits and you should really be full health again. Very much needed to keep you in lane, and with so little health it's great to keep you in the game. Now the final 2 cards being the Windcarver Blade and Guardian's Ward do mostly the same thing. Funnily enough, the Flashfire Piston actually has the same attack speed as the Windcarver Blade does, so honestly I go into the Guardian's Ward, upgrade it from the Sage's Ward to give me a bit more health, but mostly focusing on that big damage. And finally the Flashfire Piston is removed and I get the Windcarver Blade to hit that 60 card point limit. This kind of build can also solo Prime and the Raptors very early on, around the 40 card point mark, if you do build enough lifesteal. You can even see me sometimes 4-shotting heroes with Prime. It's kind of insane, then again if you farm well early game you deserve it. So overall this build gives me 26.5% more attack speed, 40% crit chance, 25 lifesteal, which is more than enough. I never really go above 20 to be honest, and the mobility of a Blinkshot, 100% crit bonus, 200 more health, and of course 138 power, which isn't the most you could get, but with almost 50% crit chance you're going to be dealing a lot of damage, around 550 with a crit shot. Only weakness here, there isn't really any late game penetration. When adding a Blink Charm into your deck, something has to be sacrificed. Unfortunately, when you have only 5 card slots left, you can't fit it all in. Now with card crafted out, you should be able to get all the cards above shown rather easily. The deck itself is the most fun I've had with Murdock, and honestly it could work rather well with Twin Blast also. The only slight change you may want to do is decrease the amount of lifesteal to your personal preference. You could get 15 or 20 and it would still be fine. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.